You wake up, check your phone, and your screen is exploding. Strangers are messaging you, your private photos, your home address, and your cell number have suddenly been broadcast to the world. This is doxing. It is a targeted campaign of harassment where an attacker releases private information to cause real-world harm and humiliation. These tactics surfaced in the late 1990s. Early anti-abortion activists used primitive websites to list the names, emails, and home addresses of doctors, encouraging the public to target them directly. Today, these tactics have moved into the private sphere, frequently used against individuals in domestic or social disputes. The objective is to make you feel entirely isolated, creating a sense that you have no control over your personal data. While doxing is designed to leave you feeling helpless, there is a legal framework built to challenge the attacker and regain control of your digital identity. To understand how these attacks function, let's look at a case study involving a woman we'll call Joanna. We've changed her name and details to protect her privacy. Joanna was a fashion influencer with a positive, well-maintained online reputation. A follower named Brian used her public posts to monitor her movements. By tracking her location through her social media stories, he engineered a real-world meeting at a local pub. They eventually began a relationship. During this time, Joanna unknowingly compromised her security when she shared her phone and account access with him. Brian exploited that trust. He installed a miniature camera in her bathroom and recorded her private phone conversations without her knowledge. This illustrates a common reality. Doxing often relies on the gradual harvesting of private data through personal proximity rather than sophisticated hacking. After Joanna ended the relationship, she began receiving crude messages from strangers. Brian had used her photos and personal details to create fraudulent online escort profiles in her name. The attack peaked when he launched a dedicated website. It hosted her nude images, her private recordings, and her exact physical address. To further isolate her, Brian also published the names, workplaces, and addresses of Joanna's friends. At the height of the attack, Joanna felt blinded. Her life seemed to be falling apart, leaving her feeling lost and without options. A severe doxing attack is a multi-stage effort to use leaked data to dismantle a victim's privacy and compromise their security at home and at work. Instead of retreating, Joanna sought legal intervention to stop the spread of her information. For victims in this situation, the first instinct is often to delete the content and hide. This is a mistake. You must securely preserve all digital evidence. These captures and logs are the tools needed to build a case. Legal teams use this digital footprint to trace the harassment back to the source, unmasking the person behind the screen. In this case, lawyers forced the removal of the private content from the internet for both Joanna and her friends. Brian was held financially accountable, paying compensation to Joanna and covering her legal fees. Joanna was able to move past the trauma and successfully reclaim her digital and physical life. By securing evidence and initiating a formal response, victims can begin to dismantle the doxer's leverage and move the conflict into a regulated legal environment.